Another international disaster recovery organization is pitching in to help those affected by Hurricane Harvey.
Yeah, that's right. Our Jennifer Ann Wilson is in Livonia right now at the Belfor warehouse where the company is gearing up to lend a helping hand. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning. The warehouse is already buzzing, and I'm sitting in front of one of the vans that they're loading up, preparing, and looking at some of the gear that they take down with them. Standing next to Sheldon Yellen. And Sheldon, your story is just fascinating. This is a company that started with one office, you were telling me, in Dearborn. You started with one office, and now you have over 300 around the world. This is really incredible to have such a powerhouse in the disaster relief and restoration business right here in our backyard.
Yes, we're very fortunate. Our business has grown over the years, and we like to say that we're in the helping people business. When people are in need, when they have disaster hit their homes, buildings, and property, we come in and try and restore your life back to order. And like we were talking earlier, with our water extraction units that are obviously all down in Texas, this is the beginning process of restoring life back to normal as they knew it.
Is getting rid of that standing water. So you have this massive hose, this big pump, and then you've got some smaller hoses in there as well. Just the side of the truck just filled with hoses, and that's to do a variety of different jobs. And once you get most of the water out, you need to still there's a lot of moisture to go.
Well, then we will install our dehumidification equipment and our drying equipment, again, to protect against mold and mildew from growing and making sure that the structure is ready for reconstruction.
Now, this is a smaller dehumidifier. You said you actually have them as big as the van, which is kind of mind-blowing, and I know especially for big jobs, but the back of this van has some really interesting tools that I didn't even think about, and I don't know how well Jake can see in here. Whoops. The fan's okay though, right? Yes. Yeah, it's a sturdy fan. It's a sturdy fan. We'll just leave that laying down. But there are these suits in here, and you were saying that your crew actually has to really protect themselves in these environments.
Yes, you know, when we go into these environments and there's sewage and our people are working in these situations, they have to be in full PPE, protective environment clothing, and make sure that they're safe and not getting contaminated. And everybody has to take safety as priority one. And so, yeah, every van is equipped with the Tyvek suits and their boots. Everybody must have steel-toed boots. Everybody has a buddy system. When we dispatch people in the morning, we know that everybody comes back at night and we check it off our buddy list.
Just being able to work in these conditions as this hurricane is still doing damage, and there is this ever-changing number of the amount of damage that we're dealing with. How do you feed and clothe and just make sure they've got a place to stay when there are people who live there who don't have a place to stay?
Well, as we've told you earlier, we have 40-some tractor trailers there of equipment. One of our tractor trailers is stocked with washing machines and dryers so that in the nighttime when people are sleeping, there's a staff that is doing laundry, so in the morning clothes are clean and ready to go again.
So you just bring in everything that they need. That's just more trucks so that way your crews can keep on working, getting the water out and helping prepare buildings to be inhabited again as soon as humanly possible. Thank you so much for hanging with us this morning. And so back to our anchors here in the studio, Brian and Anu. You were telling us that there was a phone call at 10 a.m. and another one at 1 p.m. to assess the situation. They've already sent some crews from Detroit, and there could be more crews to come, continuing to head down to Houston to join the teams that are already there. But their offices, they're getting pretty taxed, as you might imagine. So more Michigan help may be sent soon on the way. We'll know for sure a little bit later on this afternoon.
Yeah,
back to you guys.
Fran, thank you so much. It's such important.